weird, sick game where they would text one of the teachers and seeing who could get the most amount of nudes from them.
Leftovers.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, my God. You scared the hell out of me. It came out of nowhere, dude. Leftovers. You scared the hell out of me, dude. Why'd you do that? Leftovers. Why would you do that to me, dude? That's really messed up of you to do.
All right, welcome to my Leftovers podcast. It's a Leftovers Files episode. This is your host, James.
And this is also your host, Alex.
And Alex keeps asking why I did this to him.
Yep.
He will never know.
He would never know. Anyway, so you gonna update us, dude, with this new Bricks by Bricks or whatever the company was called?
Bricks by Bricks is what everyone's commenting down below about all the Lego stuff. Like, we're going to take them down brick by brick. So now the whole thing, all the comments just say brick by brick.
That's kind of fire.
It's fucking sick.
Is that the update?
No.
Oh.
So we promised you guys a part 2 to the Reckless Ben story that's been going on. However,
You promised me.
I promised Alex.
Verbally.
My fault.
And you handshake me.
I did not handshake. I jerked you off. Second part.
The second part of my joke was going to be, and you handshake me down below.
In the comments below, comment down below. Did we do it? Did we not?
Will they, won't they?
Will they, won't they?
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. I have an update for you guys. However, we will not give you a full episode on this because of...
COVID.
No.
Oh.
Where's your brain?
I don't know.
Last time we spoke, this whole thing ended up with basically Reckless Ben winning the lawsuit and taking out that local bricks and minifig store out of business so that they could avoid. This has become an entire investigation against the Utah Police Department for corruption. Reckless Ben has officially fled the country to Mexico, and he has been falsely accused of many, many crimes. The CEO of Bricks and Minifigs has finally come out to do random podcasts here and there, and he's still lying about what has been going on.
How do we know he's not just going to Mexico to go see Zayn live?
I can't prove that.
Yeah, true.
Point is, it's gone away from the Legos. It has become a whole thing now about corruption in the police department of Utah and how Bricks and Minifigs CEO and possibly another person have used the police department in a malice way to basically make Ben look like a threat to their safety. It has become so huge that Ben was forced to release his part 2 video on YouTube publicly off his Patreon so that people could see it before they were being sued to take down all their videos. So he puts it publicly to make sure everyone could see the corruption from the police first.
Oh, wow. Wait, but like, was he pushed to do that, or did he just take it upon himself to do it?
He took it upon himself to publicly post part 2 on YouTube because it was originally on the Patreon because he's working on part 3.
Wow.
But I honestly rather just wait because another video came out today from Ben that says all videos were released, and it's actual body cam footage from all his arrests where the Utah department, whatever this police department is in Utah, they were redacting a bunch of audio, and somebody hacked the police department, released the body cam footage with no redactions, and Ben was able to hear everything. And now there's a bigger corruption story on the line.
Wait, if they can hack that, why can't they hack the Epstein files?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I don't care about Bricks by Bricks. I want to know what's happening over there. Unredact those.
All right, guys. I guess don't wait for part 2. Don't wait for part 2. Alex basically said this is better.
No, I'm just kidding, dude. I'm just allowed to talk about Epstein on this episode.
That is true.
Yeah.
We don't have to call him the stain. We can call him what he is.
Yeah.
Piece of shit.
Piece of crap.
Bogus
piece of dog shit.
That's the worst thing we could think of.
Yeah, I don't know, but like it felt powerful.
It felt good, but it just sounded so weak.
It did.
Well, anyways, today we are going to talk about some gossip, Alex.
Ooh.
This Leftover Files episode is more gossip than it is a file, but it is an ongoing case right now coming out of Peoria, Arizona in Centennial High School.
Oh.
Alex, before we get into the story, I need to ask you a burning question.
Yes, I did graduate high school, you fucking asshole.
I need to ask you a second question.
Okay.
Have you ever had a crush on a teacher?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Name, address, date of birth, everything.
I don't know his address.
What? His?
What?
Have you ever had a crush on a teacher, you know, whether it was just because they were pretty, because they were nice to you, because they actually passed you for once?
Yeah, for sure, yes.
That's all you're willing to say?
Yeah, I'm not going to put their name out there. That's insane.
Have you ever had a high school scandal? Not high school, but a school scandal. Like something was scandalous.
It happened to me?
No, not to you, but in general. Like a school rumor that was super scandalous.
Huh?
A school rumor that was so scandalous.
Yeah, dude. I went to this high school, right? And one of the teachers was banging one of the students. And it was a senior, and they were of age. So it wasn't like one of those where it's like they're going to get sent to jail. But
they should have.
It's still one of those things where it's like, oh, you kind of abuse your power in a weird way. Yeah. He was young.
And he might have groomed them.
Yeah, he was young. I think like that teacher was like 23 and she was 18. But in the real world, That's fine. But in the school world, that's kind of weird.
No, it's kind of whack.
Yeah.
It's kind of whack.
Because then it's like, at what point did you start talking? You
That's
know?
it. That's the issue.
It's like, when did this relationship build? Because a 5-year gap is not the worst thing ever. Like,
No,
that's fine, you know? But once you're like, you know, in the halls of a school,
And you saw them grow up.
they had to be in your class. Like, it's really, really weird.
Do you remember our middle school scandal?
No.
The teacher that was found out to be a porn star?
Oh, yeah. Dude, we're going to like nail our location down with this one.
Miss? I'm just kidding.
Yeah, dude. Corn star girl.
Fuck you, dude. I always forget.
I know.
Yes, we supposedly, there's a rumor.
It's not supposed
It's
to.
not
It's not
supposedly.
supposed
You
to.
saw the video.
Yeah, you saw the video.
I didn't. I couldn't find it.
I showed it to
I
you.
tried. Did you really?
Yeah.
Dang, I forgot about
It was the
that.
talk of the town.
It was talk of the town for a while.
Yeah.
So we've been around, the block here on school scandals, but I don't think there's been a school scandal as bad as this one. So I'm going to take you guys to Peoria, Arizona, and Centennial High School, where 2 teachers have been accused of having inappropriate relationships with the football team.
The whole squad?
Well, it's basically the whole squad.
Wait, I know exactly the story that you're talking about.
The Haley Beck story.
I know this one. Oh,
This
let's go.
is one of the cringiest stories. This is the story of a. Do you know what this is?
Story of a lifetime?
No, God, no. This is the story of a woman who peaked in high school and
Yeah.
wanted to relive the glory of high school again through her new teaching job.
Yeah. Wait, pause. Can I not pause the podcast, but pause your statement?
Yeah.
Because I have a really bad joke to make that's going to be half-assed.
Do it.
All right. This is the story of all the... What? That's all I know. See, it's half-assed. Go on.
Before we continue, of course, there is a trigger warning for this episode, of course, because it does get into some little bit of some of the case files. I actually found the entire police department report, 194 pages, so it's very long.
Jeez,
but
Louise,
we will condense this very small. But if you guys, if you guys are a little sensitive to some of these topics like grooming, assault of a minor, technically, right?
Yeah.
Power dynamics, things like that. Trigger warning for you guys. We will not warn you when those come. They will just show up because this story is full of them.
Yeah, and we're saying it right up front.
But also, we don't think bullying is okay, but we're going to bully the hell out of this freaking loser teachers.
Yeah, of course.
Dude, they are bad.
Of course.
So we need to start with, actually, instead of starting with Haley, we need to start with Miss Berlocka.
Okay.
Miss Berlocka is a 45-year-old teacher who's had about 25 years of teaching experience at this school.
45? Sounds like an old bag to me. It's okay because she's awful.
She's oh, you're right. What a bitch. What a bad lady. But she's had 25 years of teaching experience at this school, longer than some of these kids have been alive.
Wow. That's actually crazy.
Crazy, right? So the rumors that have been going around the school is basically it's been an open secret that Miss Berlocka would talk to some of the high schoolers, some of the boys, and would talk to them about her marriage trouble. Like, my husband doesn't satisfy me.
Yeah.
Things like that. It got to the point where she was sending inappropriate videos and images of herself towards people.
Like,
now,
she had them on Snapchat.
she had a bunch of people on Snapchat. And where it gets worse is this story revolves mostly around one boy's account. We're going to call him Chad because he's a minor.
Yeah.
So Chad is the main guy. And Ms. Berlocka actually ends up sending him a video where she is pleasuring herself with, in the document, it says a big black carrot-shaped device.
Okay.
And she's saying his name. Now, keep in mind, Chad is 18 at the time that this is all being reported now. However, there is credible evidence. Actually, there's not credible. There's evidence. There is evidence.
Yeah, for sure.
He's been groomed since he was 16.
Ooh.
Yes. Now, one of the craziest parts about this story is this Berlocka story is what opened up the entire case to what we now know as the Haley Beck story. So Haley Beck is a 27-year-old teacher who's been at the school as well. And she has also been known as one of those teachers who's extremely nice to the boys, but awful to the girls. Like, to the point where she's catty. That's one of the words that was used. Catty to the girls. She got to the point where she would talk to the boys and ask everyone around, like, who's he dating? Have they gone this far? Have they gone this? Have they done that? It was awkward. Now, there is a lot to get through here, but we're going to focus on Chad's story. So Chad had been talking to her since he was 16. She would add the boys on Snapchat. I think she would also text them. And this is where it gets ridiculously sad. There is messages where Chad is talking to her and she's like, would you have liked me back then? But I probably not, because I was big. I'm paraphrasing a lot.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, you were pretty big. You were like a beluga whale.
Yeah.
Like,
I remember there were moments where he was like straight up dissing her. Dissing her in like Gen Z terms. Like he would use words like chopped and stuff. It's like, yeah,
straight chopped.
You were kind of chopped, but like, and I'm like, dude. And the fact is, like, she was still into him.
And that was the saddest part. That she was legitimately just like, okay, rude, but like, like that kind of attitude.
Like that's how like insecure she actually was about herself, that like she was finally like, okay, this guy's giving me attention. Yes, he's a football player. Like this is probably like me living out my dreams of being like with the footballers and stuff like that. And she's willing to be like, oh, like he called me chopped. That's fine.
Here's the thing. People are speculating online right now that she's actually not, it wasn't that she was like, oh, poor me, like, oh, I can only get his attention or things like that. Like she was sad or something. People are actually speculating she has a humiliation kink.
Oh, wow.
Because as the text messages go, if you guys have not seen the things, she has done some of the most ridiculous things. She's gone to senior parties. There is evidence that she has been supplying alcohol to minors, right? There is an actual video footage of her being a beer pong partner, and she's wearing her short shorts and crop top like she's one of the girls at the party. But we get back to Chad. Throughout the text messages, Chad is dating this girl, and the girl is one of the people, I believe the mother is the one that kind of outs this whole thing and all this stuff. Chad has been clearly in a relationship with this Haley Beck.
Yeah.
We don't exactly know when it started. All we do know is that there are reports that she was constantly talking about her head game. Ooh. Constantly talking about like, oh, like I can give you a quick head, like I can pick you up and give you head, like all these constant gross things, right?
Yeah.
There's constantly things like that. There's even parts like you said, like he clearly doesn't care about this, right? And he's straight up like, he's all like, just come over and just suck me off kind of thing. Like he literally doesn't care about her.
You know what was crazy? Like there was even like a part where like he was talking about how like, because it wasn't only him that was, having like these moments with the teachers or groomed or whatever. Like he had a friend, right? And they had this weird sick game where they would text one of the teachers and seeing who could get the most amount of nudes from them.
Exactly. No, it wasn't who can get the most nudes, who can get the most insane nudes.
Oh, wow.
Like, and obviously Berlocka won.
Yeah.
She was sending out like a whole, Point is, there's so many messages where one of the messages shows like, Haley's basically saying like, I don't like being called Sneaky Link. Like it makes this feel so like I want to be a main someday.
Oh,
and then she also has a message where she's like, I don't want to be called Sugar Mommy. It just feels like what we're doing is so transactional.
It's like, because it is.
It is.
Because there
like
were so many times where like, I think it was like, I forgot how much money she gave him over like a span of like 2 months or like
it was
something
30
like
days.
It was
$600 over 30 days.
Wow. So it's like, what do you call that? That's not a freaking sugar. That's not mutual. That's a transaction.
It's stupid, right?
Yeah.
She complains about feeling used. Like, I don't like just feeling used. But then in the same message, she's also like, oh, but I'm down to suck your dick.
Yeah.
No shame. No shame in this lady.
She's grooming it like a freaking kid.
There's messages when Chad, while he was dating this anonymous girl, Haley was upset. Haley would be upset at the fact she's like, I don't know why you would want a girlfriend. You have all the perks of everything with me. Like I give you money, I do this for you, I do this for you. Like there's reports that she was even doing his homework for him to make sure he passes. Anytime the student was absent, she would mark him that he was there so he would pass.
Yeah.
She would also give him her card so that he could leave class to go get food off campus, which at this school was not actually allowed to leave campus for food. And all this stuff. This is getting out of control, right? So the video of Berlocka, the other teacher, the 45-year-old, her doing the nasty is what's reported and goes circulating. She gets put on administrative leave because that rumor is an open secret, but now the parents are getting involved. This Haley Beck legitimately doesn't get it because she's still texting our boy Chad here. She's telling him like, oh, this is going on, this is going on. She doesn't understand that like it could come to her next.
Yeah, like the house is raining down on you, dude.
She doesn't get
coming down on your head.
You know what her worry is? The fact that the Chad is leaving to California for a new school for football reasons.
Yeah.
And he's leaving to whatever. She is more concerned about their relationship and how he's like not talking to her or whatever than she is about anything else.
Yeah, it's like there's this other teacher. She's getting investigated. You don't think you're next?
Well, she was just like, just delete my messages, delete this. It's like, she knows what she's doing is wrong, and then in the next message, she's already complaining about their relationship. Like, I don't feel like you want me, you know, kind of stuff like that. So it becomes a whole thing of like, so she knows what she's been doing is wrong. Now, what makes this even worse? There was a TikTok video from Noah Beck, her brother, a very famous TikToker, who they were doing one of those challenges where the one pretending to be an officer arresting another person running, and it's like suspect eats too many Cheerios, something like that.
Suspect is accused of being like,
And Noah Beck in the video is doing it with his sister Haley Beck.
Yeah.
And while she's running, Noah Beck goes, suspect is accused of being best friends with her students.
Yeah.
And she's like, they're nice to me.
Yeah. I saw that TikTok.
I saw that TikTok.
I didn't know she was like that behind closed doors. I thought it was like one of those standard things where it's like, yeah, like I know that there's like that thing where a teacher will be all like, oh, I'm very close to my students, but it's just basically they didn't really get the experience, so now they're experiencing it finally for the first time. I've seen that.
I've seen that too.
So I'm like, okay, that just seems like it's one of those times. Nope.
It is shocking. And then also during the Burlock investigation, there's a rumor going around that there's a video going around that Haley Beck on video is giving our boy Chad here head.
Wow.
And that rumor's flying around. To my knowledge, that video never went public or anything like that. Like it wasn't just like a flying video around, but it was supposedly it was being shown around and people knew. She messages Chad. She's like, so like serious question, like there's a video of me, you know, doing this, whatever, giving you head. And he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. And she's like, I know that video exists. Mm-hmm. I know that video, and you probably got a lot more videos. Mm-hmm. There are videos. Apparently, she's been letting him record all their sessions. And now most people were thinking like, oh, they just had oral or things like that. Like it was just a lot of like, she really wants him and he eventually let her have oral, which is so sad that she was basically begging him to, you know, all this stuff. There is actual text conversation between Chad and one of his friends where his friend's like, I heard you clapped Miss Beck or whatever.
Cracked is the term.
Cracked is the term we use these days, apparently.
Yeah.
He is talking shit about her body, saying like, yeah, I basically like I fucked that fat piece of shit or whatever. And he's like, yeah, she was on top of me, and then eventually she just, you know, got off. She's like, she wanted me to be on top of her and do it, and then again, trigger warning, but she was like, it's like I just felt her tummy on me, and then he's like, and it just came all on her face and all this stuff, and it's like, and you find out basically through these messages, Chad has been in a hypersexual relationship with this lady. Mm-hmm. And the way Chad talks about women is awful.
Yeah.
And now, not to make... A lot of people think that because of Chad's way of talking about women and the way, like, yeah, like, this girl is just... like, she's just fucking crazy. Like, oh, I don't care about her. Like, oh, just come over here and suck my dick. Kind of... Like, the way he's talking, everyone thinks that he's just a piece of shit. Like, he's not a victim in this. Yeah. He's just a piece of shit kid. He's like, yeah, what teenager doesn't want this, whatever, right?
But they don't see it that, like, this probably is an effect of, like, being...
Exactly.
A victim of something like this.
Exactly. What people are failing to realize is that grooming him probably caused all these weird misogynistic thoughts and feelings to kind of really hyper I don't know how you say it, but hyperextend themselves into the outward, right? He can't get checked because the girl he's saying these things to is literally sucking his dick.
Yeah.
Well,
because like when you're groomed or whatever, I feel like it alters your state of mind. You know,
100%.
Like that's part of like what they do to you.
Exactly. Well, Haley Beck is an idiot because once these investigations start rolling through, she thinks that by deleting her Snapchat, deleting photos, deleting text messages, everything is good. Mm-hmm. What she fails to realize is that in this day and age, you cannot hide anything. Snapchat itself holds a vault of your data for I forgot how long after it's deleted.
And it's for the purpose of like if something happens, they can like go and see what was happening. Like the police can go to them and be like, hey, we need to see like all like the files on this person. Okay, here you go.
Yeah, law enforcement can subpoena Snapchat and many other tech companies for their secret vaults of data that they're holding.
Every app out there has a vault.
Exactly. So people who think it's the stupidest thing, and she's so young, you would think she gets it. Well, she's dumb enough to think that she's safe. Eventually, she goes out to... there's a night where she goes out to the movie theater with her friend. And while she's there, the police serve a search warrant for her home. She's not home, so they just go in and they start going through her stuff.
Damn, imagine if her friend knew about it and was like, hey, I'm going to take her out to the movie, so you guys got at least 2 hours.
Well, one of the funniest things about this whole report is that when they come home and find the police in their home, she's like, can I go inside and get some water? She goes inside, they go inside and all that stuff, and they're watching them to make sure they're not touching anything and not doing anything that will mess up their investigation. The friend turns around and looks at another cop and he goes, hey, you were behind us at the movie theater. Because a cop was watching them at the movie theater to help the other cops basically let them know, like, hey, they're here. You guys can start.
Oh,
Now they're going. And it was the funniest thing. Well, in her apartment, there is a notebook that's found. And it's empty. There's a page that's ripped out. They go through a trash bin, and that note is in there. She hand wrote a note basically talking to Chad. And that note is one of the most embarrassing things that I have ever read. I'm gonna read the note to you and you tell me how this reads. You ready?
Let's go.
So here's the note. I'm gonna read it for you. It's a little long, but she's a writer. She's a Trex. Your mom's gonna think this is cheesy as hell, but you know I'm a wordsy girl. I know. She wrote that twice.
Okay.
This is a handwritten note.
Yeah.
You aren't dying, and you're literally just a text away. But I had a little notes from people when I was away studying abroad, and I would just read them whenever I was feeling a little lonely. Obviously, with you being away from your closest people, you may tell that way at some point. Feel that way, I imagine. So read this if you do. If you do 12, I'm really proud of you for choosing yourself in this situation. Even though it was tough. Wow, she's a bad writer for a teacher.
Yeah, wait, if you do 12?
Yeah, what the
hell is that?
I don't know. It's kind of crazy to look back and realize my 2 years of knowing you, our relationship has changed so much. He's 18 at this point.
Oh.
I'm really glad I had the opportunity to teach you your sophomore year, because without that, we would have never really been chill with each other. I know there's some random times/days where you decide to hate me, but that's okay, because I know. She writes because BC on paper.
Okay.
Because I know at the end of the day, we're solid. Most of the time, in parentheses. I would be in this situation with you, but I'm glad to have you as someone who I think will be in my life for a while. Even if we don't talk all the time now, or even at all when you're at college, I feel
you're
like
in prison.
I feel like our little bond will always be here. So just hit me when you want to go get wasted at a bar together, and I'll send you my wedding invite one day. She's also supposedly dating a cop.
No! Imagine being the cop investigating your girlfriend's house who's talking to kids.
I know you're nostalgic as fuck, so I hope you look back at our time as a good one. 12? Again, I don't know what the 12 thing is.
Is that like her preference in age? Fucking freak.
Good one. And no, this isn't me saying goodbye, but I know things will be different. But don't forget our first pickleball hangout and how you wouldn't get out of my car for 3 hours.
Because you probably locked him in there, you freak.
Or our Sonic run after your state game, or all the random times you quote unquote fell asleep on my couch just waiting for me to invite you into my room.
I don't know.
Ooh.
Bill Cosby has.
Or our go-kart experience plus our word games at Shake Shack. For this relationship being extremely wrong, I feel like we really have made the most out of it. I'm glad I got to come to your tattoo appointments, even though if you just wanted me to bring you food.
That's so crazy because she says it's wrong. She knows it's wrong.
She knows it's wrong, and she knows she's being used.
Yeah.
All of our car hangouts were fun, too, for eating and other stuff. Oh. LOL. Or our night adventure at Cali. There is truly no other student I know so wrong that I'd want to do all this with. Don't let this all go to your head, but I'm glad you're in my life.
I think she has a weird kink, to be honest, because she's not saying another person that I would rather do this with. She's saying specifically student.
She is. Okay, ew, what the fuck? I mean, you've been to my parents' house, ... in their closet. Insane.
Oh my God.
I feel like you have opened up to me a lot of things. I'm glad that I've been able to be someone that you can talk to. Even though sometimes my advice or input is unsolicited, I'm happy we can talk about things. You can always reach out if you need anything. I won't lie. I would always look forward to when you come over, not even to do anything, but just to hang. I feel like I got good at being by myself, but even with you, it was just still easy. Whether it was to talk, watch movies, make pizza, or do other stuff, I'm glad we have those memories. And lastly, it kind of hit me that it'll be weird not seeing you during Storm the Halls, like a football kind of thing. And even weirder not seeing you on the field. I'm sure you knew this, but you're the reason I went to all the games I could. Before I knew you well, I go to a few games a season. But last season, I wanted to go as many as I could. And I'm glad I did, because those were the last ones I'd be at for you, 12. Oh, I think 12 is redacted.
Oh,
I think she's saying his name. So I'm going to just say Chad. I'd be
Gotcha.
at for you, Chad. It's not going to be the same, but I'm happy knowing you're happy with wherever you're at. I'm proud of you to be the same. Wow, bad teacher. But I'm happy knowing you're happy with where you are. She said this twice. I'm proud. Okay. This is just the beginning. Even though you will go to your grave saying we aren't peers, I'm glad to have you as a friend. Like, bro, you're the first person that... Okay, I'm not reading the rest of this. This goes too long.
Okay. Did she just incriminate her parents?
I just realized that too.
Yeah. She just basically said, like, hey, I know that, like, we're doing this and it's wrong and all this stuff, but, like, my parents also know. Like, that's so crazy.
So there's actually more to this.
What?
The parents of Chad actually knew about this relationship. They found out a little earlier than this police report. And it seems that the parents, rather than report the situation, they just told Chad to end it.
Oh, wow.
So it becomes a thing of the teachers at the school failed Chad. His parents clearly failed Chad at this point. And now the fact that no charges have been pressed, they are not in jail. They've only been fired. She was last seen, Haley Beck was last seen at a TJ Maxx living her best life.
Wow.
There is no care in the world for this lady. So now the question has become, one, if this was reverse genders, obviously, would this be a lot faster to get charges on?
That dude would be hung.
Yeah. I agree. And I think this is one of the most cringiest things ever and the most loser story I've ever seen, because at least the 45-year-old, she's all like, it almost makes sense. It sounds gross and disgusting. I get it. But it also makes sense. Like, this older lady's like, and she's not even old, but this older lady's like, oh, my husband doesn't satisfy me, so I want someone young or whatever. Like, whatever. I can, it's disgusting, but I can wrap my head around that better than the Haley Beck situation where she's basically about to hit 30, but she's acting like she's a high schooler herself.
I think the one where she's older, I think that's just a ploy or like just like a saying. Because I think I've seen like people say stuff like that. Like I've seen it in like memes or whatever, where like the people will be like at work or whatever, and like they cheat, and it's like this person will be like, oh, like my man, he doesn't do it like the way that I want, or whatever. It's just to kind of get the other person to be like, oh, well then I can do it for you, like it's like that, and it feels similar in that sense.
Well, also, I mean, dude, there's so many little stories within this story. Like when Chad's girlfriend, oh, I'm so sorry, we missed a big one. So when Chad was being questioned by the police, at some point, because of the Berlanca investigation, Chad had cops at his house at like early morning times, and they questioned him. Haley decided to message a friend of his because she was like, hey, have you heard anything about Chad? This and that. And then she starts to go into her friend mode again, where she's like talking to like, yeah, like whatever, like trying to just chat it up with this guy. And this boy eventually goes like, yeah, I just like to keep to myself, all this stuff. And she's like, yeah, I totally get that, things like that. And then she starts to insinuate that she would be, it starts to become a conversation where she's trying to insinuate like she'd be down for things with her. With the new boy. And it's like, oh my God, she's about to move on to a new target.
Jeez. I know that like he wasn't the only one.
No,
but, I guess like he was like her favorite or whatever.
100% the favorite one.
Like he was like the one that she was very like attached to.
Yes. And then now there's a bunch of videos on TikTok from students when their time in Miss Beck's class where she's awkwardly like bent over completely on tables, helping students. She's like dancing in the middle of class, singing, trying to be, again, it's not all sexual stuff. Yeah. Some of it is just straight up cringe because she's like singing in class. She's like, oh, I didn't even know I was doing that.
Yeah.
She's that woman.
Dude, that's so crazy because I'll straight up see like people making fun of those like type of teachers and stuff like that. And
yes.
Like, it's crazy because it's like, no, like it's coming from a place of it's real. There are teachers that are doing that, whatever. And it's like for the purpose of like wanting the attention of like these students.
Now, a lot of people are starting to get into the nuance of this and be like, well, he's 18, so what's the issue? And I think a lot of people are forgetting something, that this is a teacher-student dynamic. This relationship should never have happened, regardless of the age. Mm-hmm. And two, he was groomed. Mm-hmm. He was clearly groomed from an early age. And the worst part is, this is one story out of all the students. We don't know if Miss Berlanca had hooked up with any of the other students. We don't know if Haley... There's messages where Haley Beck is messaging Chad, and they're talking. He's staying overnight somewhere. And he has a roommate, and then she literally goes, "Do you want me to hook up with you and your roommate?"
Wow.
And just kidding. But like, and then he goes, "You're a freak." He's like, "You totally would," or something along those lines.
Yeah.
And you start to realize, like, wait, if you put all of it together, he has Chad that she's simping for Chad.
Yeah.
Then she has like this new guy this new kid at the end where she's like trying to figure out things for Chad, but then also kind of interested in this new kid. And then she's putting in those threesome insinuations. Yeah. You're starting to realize there's a high possibility she has been doing this with other people.
Yeah. It just sounds like when they go off to college, she's like, okay, I'm going to pick somebody else now.
It also sounds like I cannot confirm this one, but it also sounds like there was also messages between Berlocka and a student on Snapchat where the student basically said something along the lines of like, "Are your services still on the table?" And she responds, "Yes, but not right now. I'll be gone for a week." Da, 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 da.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Talk to you in December. Like, let's meet up in December."
I forgot about that part.
Yeah, and it's like
that insinuates that she has a service. Like
yeah,
she's doing this for like many students.
That's what I'm saying. Like people are messaging her like, "Hey, can we?"
Yeah.
And now it's becoming a whole I think one of the reasons why this has become so much bigger is because it legitimately, there's always those jokes like, "Oh, that girl did it with the whole football team." Like, obviously not. 2 teachers.
Yeah.
We cannot confirm this, but it sounds like they were messing with the entire football team, not just on nudes, to a physical level.
Yeah. I've also seen things where I guess some of the teachers knew too.
Yes.
Yeah.
There was a teacher that actually spoke to Haley Beck about how she was too friendly with the kids. They were basically telling her like, you shouldn't be adding them on Snapchat. You shouldn't be doing this. And she told Chad, she's like, some teachers tell me I'm too friendly. I'm too young. And then apparently she got told, "Oh yeah, this happens to all young teachers. Like they get accused of things." I'm like, no, I think you're missing the point. They're telling you you're overstepping.
Yeah, and it's probably because of the fact that they have heard these rumors and they just don't want to abruptly just be like, "Hey, so I heard that you're doing this with the students," They just kind of want to tiptoe around it without actually saying it.
Well, it was an open secret apparently at that high school.
Yeah.
And I would love to be a bird, like a fly on the wall during those high school days, just to hear everything about like because we're missing so much.
So much.
Chad has stopped working with the police.
These are only like the cases that they've told us about, or like that have been out in the open.
Exactly. And we're waiting for more, but Chad has officially stopped working with the police on this investigation. He doesn't want to talk. The parents don't want to talk. Nobody. They don't want to ruin his football chances or whatever.
Yeah.
And I get it. It's his reputation, but like, the fact that we're not getting charges pressed on these 2 ladies is insane. And as of right now, Haley Beck is fired, Berlocka is fired, and the principal has also stepped down.
Wow.
I don't think he handled this well.
No.
And I think it's because parents knew that he knew.
Damn. Oh.
I don't care what people say. Like, I get it. To some people, they're like, you would have wanted that in high school.
There is like that joke or whatever.
It's a joke. It is 100% a joke that people make. I don't care what people say. I don't care that he's 18, and I don't care that whether the teacher was young or old.
Yeah.
It's abuse.
It is.
And I think there's a clear evidence that Chad is going to end up a messed up person because he has a different perspective on how to treat women now.
Yeah.
And that's just one symptom of this abuse. And I think people need to understand, like, just because he's a guy, and just because he wanted to be sexually active or whatever, it doesn't mean that he was mentally ready for this.
Yeah.
And how aggressive it was.
Mm-hmm. And it's just like, it's this person that like you're supposed to go into class with or whatever and just like learn from or whatever. Like they're just supposed to be a person that you meet along the way. They're not supposed to be this person that's like, I don't know. Like
they shouldn't have a relationship with you. If your teacher should never privately message you. None of these things.
Yeah.
So I feel terrible for Chad. I know in the messages he looks like a piece of shit. He looks like a jerk. And to be fair, yeah, he's kind of acting like one. Yeah. But also, like, I feel he's a victim.
Yeah.
He is a victim, and all these high school boys are victims. I don't care what people say. And I know some of the high school boys are going to end up, when they're older, messaging like, I'm not a victim. I knew what I was doing, Which, granted, like, you can feel that way, but I can't stop but feel bad for them.
Yeah, for sure. And maybe even like years from now, they're going to look back and be like, yeah, what happened to me was really messed up. And like, they probably seek therapy for it,
I hope they do. I really, really hope that they seek therapy. But as of right now, they have still not been formally criminally charged.
Wow.
But they have officially voted to terminate her employment And school district did find that Beck did groom a student and engaged in a sexual relationship with him. So that is also there. Interesting. This is an update. Prosecutors from the Maricopa County Attorney's Office stated they are waiting to interview a critical witness before moving forward with the final charging decision. So that means someone has stepped forward to talk more. Ooh. And in any hopes, it is another student. That maybe, as embarrassing as it is for that student,
yeah,
maybe he was a victim of it, but he's got to talk.
Yeah.
I hope it's a student that he can shed more light on how bad this was.
What did you see this on? Was it a documentary?
I saw multiple podcasts talk about this. I saw the actual like news articles come out.
Yeah.
Mainly, I think I saw Rod and Mango talk about this.
That's the one that I watched.
Yeah. It was a good one.
Yeah. Because I'm waiting for this to be a documentary, like a Netflix documentary. Because the thing about this story is like, yes, her brother is Noah Beck. Like, that's going to add a whole different layer to it. It's going to get the different set of eyes on it because of that.
Did you also hear it's a complete rumor, and it's not confirmed by any source, except it's in a report.
Oh, okay.
That a parent overheard someone say something about hush money from Noah Beck.
Ooh.
Again, complete rumor, no credible evidence on that. It's just in the report that a parent said they heard about hush money. But we don't know.
That I could see just being like a rumor thing, whatever. Because seeing it from his point of view, if I was him and like I had a sibling who was doing this, I'm not going to cover it up.
I'm not going to cover it up. But also, I do think that I don't think Noah Beck knew the extent of how bad this was. I think he knew that she was close with her students. Mm-hmm. But I also think that maybe he didn't actually ever think like, oh, she's doing like this stuff with them. Yeah. He probably just thought like, oh, she's just a really good teacher or whatever. Or she's really involved teacher.
If you're paying hush money, there's a reason for it. You're not just paying hush money for something small.
But again, there's no evidence to support this claim. It's just something that is floating in the air right now. But I think we'll have to wait. We'll have to give you guys an update later if there is some new testimony or, oh my God, if she gets charged and this goes to trial, everything comes out.
Yeah. And if he's involved, he's screwed too.
He is screwed too.
And the parents, because apparently they also knew. The whole family's going down.
Yeah, I don't know how the parents knew. I don't even know really where that comes in, but apparently they knew because Chad was at her house once. Yeah.
It's like, you're going to notice that somebody's young around.
I just can't believe that. Obviously, he came to their house from the note and that they did stuff in their closet.
Yeah.
So the parents maybe knew something, but they didn't know the extent.
Because they were hiding. But it's also like you're not going to be doing that in front of your parents either.
Well,
even if you're in like a mutual relationship, like of age, both of you same age, but you're not going to like be out in the open with your parents about it.
I don't feel bad for Haley Beck. I don't feel I don't feel any sympathy for her. This is this terrible woman. She's a demon, and I honestly hope that they throw the book at her. Yeah. Same thing with Berlocka, because oh my God, for these two ladies to be like at the same school is insane.
It's unheard of.
Unheard of.
I'm like a cornstar middle school teacher. There we go. I took your bit, bitch.
Well, if you guys have any more information on this stuff, if you guys know anything juicy that comes out in the next updates, comment it down below or follow us at LFTVRSPOD on TikTok and let us know what is the new updates for Haley Beck and Berlocka on this situation. Will they be charged? Should they be charged? Yes, they should.
Yeah, of course. Somebody out there is going to be like, no, they're just all having fun.
It's not fun because even if you break this all down, guys, that kid might end up losing an academic scholarship because now there is proof that there was academic cheating for over 2 years.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
And he's supposed to get a football scholarship.
Ooh, that will kind of potentially go away.
Yeah, it could ruin it.
If you find out that like, oh, you didn't really earn those grades.
And if this goes to trial and his name actually gets brought up and people find out about this and bad publicity for him, this could ruin his opportunity to go to college and play football too.
Oh my God.
Well, let us know down below. Should he take his scholarship away?
No, obviously they shouldn't.
Fine, but throw the book. Comment down below how many years in jail should Berlocka and Haley get for these crimes?
Yeah, should it be 99 years or life?
Ooh, good question, Alex. Good question. There's a big difference there.
Yeah, very big
difference. Yeah. Well, again, follow us at LFTRSPOD on TikTok. And this has been James.
And this has been Alex.
And thank you for listening to a Leftovers Files episode.
Leftovers. 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 Leftovers.
He lived over.